Thank you. I also have a climate question. We obviously live in a capitalistic society that depends on growth and expansion, and you and others have observed that we're at a point where we cannot continue to just expand and use resources.
Yes.
How do we reconcile? We can't just shut down our economic system. What do we do moving forward?
We hear a lot about that here in Texas, which produces so much crude oil, but are we becoming victims of our own success? That's usually how it's couched.
And that's a great question. And this is what I think. I think we have to take a hard look at what I would call consumerism in America, which says that the goal of life is just buying and buying and buying. I think what we need is a good friend of mine, Bill McKibben. Bill is very active at 350.org and one of the leaders in the climate change movement. He wrote a book called Deep Economy. And what his suggestion was that instead of having a society just on buying, 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 and producing, 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 you have a society which is based on community, where people's satisfaction and joy in life is being with other people, rather than the need to purchase more and more stuff that in many cases we don't need. So I think, to answer your very, very good question, the way to go is if we provide health care to all people, which is what every other major country on earth has done. If we say that educational opportunity is available to all people, regardless of your income. If we can deal with the basic economic needs of people, we don't have to have an economy just based on growth, especially when almost all of the income associated with the growth goes to the top 1%. But, you know, it's a fairly radical idea that you're proposing. But I think that's what we've got to be thinking about. You know, just in California, you know, they have now cut water consumption by 25%.
In fact, the mandatory restrictions in California, first ever there, are in response to terrible drought conditions, but also some of the. But what you're talking about, Senator, is changing the culture of this country.
Yes, that's right. And it's
harder even than winning the presidency as an independent.
Well, that's on day two. After we win.
Okay.